We are at the Chicago Auto Show, and right next to me here is the all-new Ford Bronco Raptor. This is actually the third vehicle in the Ford lineup to get the Bronco treatment. We have the F-150 Raptor, obviously. Globally, there is a Ranger Raptor, and now there is this, the Raptor version of the Bronco. I've been really excited to check out the Bronco Raptor. It recently was just announced by Ford. This is my first time getting to see it in person. Obviously, there's been camo development vehicles that have been shown before, and after driving the regular Bronco Wild Track with the Sasquatch package, I was really excited to see what the Raptor treatment could do to the Bronco. So today, obviously we're at the auto show, so we can't drive it, but we'll walk around, show you the exterior, the interior, talk about some of the details, specs, and features. This has a lot of presence in person. It is massive, 9.8 inches wider than the regular base Bronco. It's got that Raptor wide body, the bigger tires. Everything about it is just much more aggressive. This week right now, I'm actually driving a regular F-150 Raptor. It's on the 35, so not even the 37s, but that thing is also massive. I had to fold the mirrors in to fit into the parking structure at the hotel. A lot of the parts from the F-150 Raptor actually translate directly over to this Bronco Raptor. The wheels and tires, the 37-inch BFGoodrich K02s are actually the upgrade pack for the F-150 Raptor, so same wheels and tires with the B-Lock capable 17-inch wheels here. The Fox Racing shocks are also translated over, 3.1-inch diameter Fox Racing shocks. Slight suspension differences in geometry, and it's a different vehicle and platform, so they had to make some slight changes, but this still has 13 inches of front suspension travel and 14 inches of rear suspension travel. That's a lot. Couple that with the fact that it already has a much higher ride height. It's like 4.8 inches more than the regular base Bronco 2. It's impressive. 4-door configuration only. Let's see, engine. 3-liter EcoBoost V6, so a twin-turbo V6. No final power numbers have been confirmed yet, but supposedly more than 400 horsepower. No idea on torque, but a 3-liter EcoBoost V6 in the Explorer ST makes 415 pound-feet of torque. So that's a good amount of power for the Bronco Raptor, an upgrade over the 2.7 EcoBoost, which is the top engine available in the non-Raptor version. Can't quite match the Wrangler 392 in terms of pure power, and I know the sound won't match it. I just spent some time on the Wrangler 392 and it sounded amazing. But capability-wise, this is going to be the new king. 10-speed automatic, 4x4 obviously, strengthened axles, everything. It's got the Raptor treatment. So we'll switch to the other camera now. We'll walk around, show you the exterior, interior, some of the details, and we'll keep talking about it. I cannot wait to get to experience one of these, to drive it on-road and off-road. This is the Bronco Raptor. All right, let's start with checking out the exterior of the Bronco Raptor. Up front, immediately you'll notice the amber orange colored DRLs with the ring and the bar that connects into the grille, which now says Ford instead of Bronco. And it's so wide it requires the amber running lights, just like a full-size truck or the F-150 Raptor. So that orange DRL accent really does identify this as the Raptor version. The regular F-150 Raptor also has the orange DRLs that look really cool. This grille is all blacked out, new design, kind of the signature Raptor treatment now. Underneath, we've got this big skid plate. You can see it goes all the way down underneath there for protection when you're rock crawling. We got tow hooks here too, and then looks like some rigid fog lamps and additional lighting. I mean, lighting and more lighting is needed for things like this. Assuming this is a steel bumper. Yes. Widened fender flares. This thing, like I said, 9.8 inches wider than a regular Bronco, and it shows. I don't know how I feel about the kind of satiny, plasticky black finish here. Body color painted ones would probably look really cool to me. This is a really cool touch. The fender vents right there, they're painted. That is really sweet. And this thing is so high up I can't really see the hood, but we've got Raptor lettering there. So I did my walk around, and now we've got Ari. You are the chief program engineer for Bronco Raptor, right?
That's correct.
I had dinner with Ari last night, so we had some awesome conversations, but now we're at the show and we have a Bronco Raptor. So I already talked about some of my impressions. We want to get the expert, the man who made or helped with the whole team make this thing come to life. So let's walk around the truck with you, talk about whatever you want to point out.
Let's do that.
All right.
Yeah, so I just want to give credit to the entire Ford Performance team for the work that was done on this truck, where we really take a base Bronco and take it to a Ultra 4 inspired level and make it worthy of being called a Raptor. So some of the key things that we've done, let's talk about some of the basics. And you can see that from the outside of the vehicle where the form is really following the function. You'll notice that the truck is wider. The track width of the axles, 8.6 inches wider in the rear, 8.2 inches wider in the front. We do that for stability, and that's very similar dimensionally to an F150 Raptor. Gives you that stability and feeling planted on the road. In addition, those axles are upgraded for desert loads, so we upgrade the drive shafts, the half shafts, to support increased wheel torque. So you see the width. Some of the, while we're here looking at the face of the vehicle, very familiar face for Raptor customers.
Yep.
We have the ID lights in the front.
Yep.
In the front bumper, steel modular front bumper. We have the tow hooks.
Yep.
We obviously, you can see here the rigid lamps. So a set of these is for fog lamp capability. The other adds for off-road capability. So those are switched individually. We have bash plates that run from the front bumper all the way under, past the engine, past the trans, into the back of the transfer case.
Got to protect everything that's delicate.
That's what we have to do. There's not too much that's delicate on this truck.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So another few elements that we put into the headlamp. So you'll notice that it's amber,
yep,
as opposed to the white rings. So going to the side here, the fenders, quarters, and hood are made out of a composite. It enables us to really get to the muscular and massive proportions of this vehicle, but also allows us to put in some functional elements for heat extraction.
That's
As
awesome.
you're running in the desert,
yep,
it's hot, you got to get the heat out. So on the fenders, we've addressed it. On the hood, we've addressed it as well. The hood's way up there as we're standing here.
Pretty tall, but it's hard to get up there.
So, so we take the fenders, the quarters, they're out to match the track width,
yep,
and so these come out, and then we bring out the wheel flares to come out to meet the edge of the tire.
So wait, in terms of body panels shared with a regular Bronco, what is, if anything, the doors?
Yes, the doors,
yeah,
actually just the front doors. On the rear doors, which are not attached to this vehicle,
yeah,
we have an applique that interfaces in this area of the flare.
Smooth.
So yeah, you bring it back onto this. And while we're here, this is a stone guard patch.
Okay.
So this is a piece that can be removed. People could customize this, but if you're going to have stone chipping, that's the area you're going to see it, and that's removable and replaceable. Rock rails on the side.
Yep.
You're going extreme rock crawling, you want the rock rail. And we left a running board on here, not only from an ergo perspective, but it's really what you see on an F-150 Raptor, and that's what customers are expecting.
Yeah.
Those come off with 6 bolts.
Oh, that's easy.
And so 6 bolts, and we have some cool features in there to actually support this when the bolts are out, so you can remove it, and it can be a one-person job.
I mean, with those 37s, the increased suspension height, without that, it would be hard for short people to get in. Like, genuinely challenging.
Well, we have grab handles, and we have the steps, so it's there to really help with that.
That's good.
As we go to the back of the vehicle, and then we'll talk about the inside, as well as, we'll go to the crown jewel here in a moment, but as we're looking at the outside of the vehicle, the 37-inch spare in the rear of the vehicle, have to make sure that it's up to the task of going at highway speeds in the desert, right? So we've reinforced the swing gate with what we call the exoskeleton. So this helps support, along with unique hinges from the base program, the support of this tire.
Gotcha.
This awesome tire is supported. So, and then we have a few accessory points here. So customer could put a dune flag here or a chase light in the rear of the vehicle.
The taillights are unique, right?
The taillights are unique. So they're LEDs, obviously, and unique. So with a large tire like that, there's requirements of your angle of visibility to the tail lamp. So that gave us the, since we had to make that change, gave us the ability to craft a unique tail lamp.
It also has the switchable exhaust, just like a valved exhaust, just like the Raptor.
Yeah,
F150 Raptor.
So we have a true dual exhaust on this. So aside from the benefit of reduced exhaust losses, we also have active valve. So you can select whether or not you want it to be quiet, normal,
there's
sport,
a Baja exhaust
or
mode.
Baja, right? So, and it sounds awesome with the 3-liter.
Nice.
So now let's talk a little bit more about the suspension. We have Fox coilover internal bypass shocks with live valve technology from Fox in the front and rear. It's the algorithm that these shocks run through and the performance of the shock itself really keep this vehicle at a comfortable driving level as you're going through a very rough terrain. And as you have that additional control and comfort from the shocks and the algorithm that's designed by Ford Performance, you're able to go at higher speeds, coupled with additional travel. So travel in the rear is increased by 14 inches, or is a total of 14 inches in the rear, and in the front it's 13 inches. That's 60% more in the front and 40% more in the rear versus the base program. So that's what you really need to get through obstacles, whether it's high speed, and there's some help in low speed as well, at a higher speed. So
it's the same shocks as on the F150 Raptor.
It's not the exact same shock, no.
Okay.
So the fundamentals of the shock are very similar.
Okay.
But since the configuration and the package is unique, we have different attachment points, etc.
Okay.
Right.
So that's why it's not quite exactly the same.
It's not exactly the same, correct. But it is the 3.1.
Yeah.
So a 3.1 diameter shock. It's a big shock, and it really does a great job.
Yeah.
Control arms are unique as well.
Okay.
And so in the interior, if you want to take a look in the interior, so the seats have very supportive bolstering on the front seats, and you'll notice that the material, you can also get marine grade vinyl. This is more of a neo suede, and the neo suede is going to, coupled with the bolstering, keep you in your seat and your passenger as you're going at higher speeds and going over bumps, etc. We also have carbon fiber available for the grab handles, both on the IP as well as the console. The shifter has carbon fiber as well as the steering wheel. These bows that you see on the top, so we call that the B-pillar reinforcement, and this C-pillar reinforcement in the rear add to the torsional rigidity improvement by about 50%, more than 50%.
That's
so
important.
Body and prime, it really makes a difference. And you feel that in the steering, you feel that in the seat of your pants. It really adds to the confidence of how this truck feels as you're going at high speeds.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Ari.
Yeah.
The insight that an engineer at Ford can give is absolutely amazing. You've driven this.
I have driven this.
Off-road and on-road.
I've done it all.
Is it that amazing?
It's that amazing. So every time I see the truck, I smile. Every time I drive the truck, I'm almost it's
just a big grin on your face.
Smiling.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So I'm driving an F-150 Raptor right now. Same color combo and everything. How does it feel compared to the F-150 Raptor?
You're going to notice that the DNA of the two trucks is going to feel very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Similar DNA, obviously. Ford Performance, Raptor treatment. Thank you so much.
Of course.
We'll get back to probably my comments, which aren't as insightful, but they're my opinions on it. I am looking forward to driving this at some point. Congrats to you and the whole Ford Performance team.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. I'll take that back. Thank you.
So the Bronco Raptor has 13.1 inches of ground clearance. That is 4.8 inches more than the base Bronco. It's helped by those massive 37-inch BFGoodrich K02s, which is a big increase over the 35s that you'll find on the Sasquatch pack. We can see underneath here, we've got the Fox Racing shocks there, same as the F-150 Raptor, 3.1-inch diameter, leading to 13 inches of front suspension travel and 14 inches of rear suspension travel. That's a lot. Independent front suspension and solid rear axle. My takeaway with the regular Bronco is with that independent front suspension, it handles a lot better, it drives better, it rides a bit better. I really like that. We've got these fixed steps on the side. Also, with all the Broncos, you have the mirror attached to the body, so when the doors come off, this one doesn't have doors on it, you still have side view mirrors. That's a really, really nice innovation, a nice touch there. 4-door model only. Roof is off on this one too. Coming around to the driver's side, we can again look at the seats, a lot more extra bolstering. Raptor here etched in there. No roof obviously right now. Carbon fiber on the steering wheel with the Raptor emblem there, the Bronco logo. We have paddle shifters. Feel like the ones on the Raptor, but not on the F-150 Raptor. I can't just say Raptor now because there's multiple, but not quite as big as the F-150 Raptor ones. Digital cluster there. The upgraded 12-inch Sync 4 infotainment screen in the middle. Orange accents too all over it. So you see on the air vents, on the go over any terrain selector, shifter, rotary thingamajig there too. We've got carbon fiber and the Bronco logo. Another Raptor logo. Window controls here right in the middle, along with the mirror controls, because you can't put them on the doors because the doors come off. So this Bronco Raptor is supposed to start at just under $70,000. I imagine the demand is going to be absolutely crazy. There's probably going to be market adjustment. Priority is apparently given to those who already have a Bronco reservation, so you can upgrade yours to try to get one of these. If you're going to want to get one and you don't have any sort of Bronco reservation, I imagine there'll be a wait, so hopefully you're friendly with your Ford dealer. These are going to be popular, they're going to be expensive, but they're obviously also extremely capable. This is really cool getting to check out the Bronco Raptor in person. It's got the presence. Extra cool that I'm driving a matching F150 Raptor this week. But here it is, first look, exterior and interior of the Bronco Raptor.